This is Clix on the Barbie. Join us as we talk about Clix in Australia, current HeroClix happenings, and a dash of meta. Welcome to Clix on the Barbie, episode 31. I'm Ben Jones, and with me I have the 2022 Australian National HeroClix champion, Chris Rizzi.
How's it going?
On today's episode of Clix on the Barbie, we're going to be talking about the Australian Nationals, how things went, what happened. Even though it was 3 weeks ago, we still want to discuss what went on at this event. So let's turn on the gas, light the Barbie, and let's talk some Clix. Okay, well, welcome Chris to episode tonight, and I guess congratulations for your win at the Australian Nationals for HeroClix. So yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You played really well, and I guess that's what we want to talk about tonight, is talk about how our teams went at Nationals, and yeah, the games that we had, and just different things that we probably found out, and actually how the whole weekend went. Chris, were you happy with the Nationals and how they went over the 3 days?
You know what? I can't be... Other than one little incident, I think the whole weekend just went really, really well. Other than not having the product come in and not having the full prize package come in, I think it went really good.
Yeah, I thought it was a really smooth event with the way we were able to play, and agreed, not having the product there to, like, so when we played our sealed, it would have been nice to play something more recent, but we can talk about that in a second. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty good event. It was great to meet everyone again after a few years, and also great to meet some new players too.
Yes, exactly. It was nice that we have a secondary group in Melbourne, so it was nice for them to come out. There were 3 guys. I'm going to forget their names right now, but there was Mark. I can't even remember the other 2.
I think there was actually 4. So there was Mark, there was Dylan, there was Xavier. Was it Xavier?
Xavier. He's the kid. Yeah.
Yep. And I didn't actually get to play the other guy, so I can't remember what his name was. But it was really good to have, I guess, some new people in there to play, and it was good to meet some new people and have a chat to them, and actually enjoyed talking to Mark and when we were having our game and finding out how to get into the game and things like that. So that was really cool.
Yeah, it was good, and I gotta say, Xavier being, how old was he? He started learning the game really well, which was great.
Yeah, I think what was about 10 or 11, around that mark, yeah. I think. And so yeah, it was really great to see, and good to see young people coming in and playing as well. So, and just to come and have that experience of playing against some teams that he may not have seen before as well. So I guess that was part of the experience. Okay, so I won't bother going through about how we've been doing over the last couple of weeks since Nationals. We might as well just get stuck into talking about it, I think, tonight.
Yeah, sounds good.
So we had 3 days. So on the Friday, we had 2 events on that Friday, which was a Team Seal and also a Silver Age event, which was a Highlander Silver Age, no ID cards, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and I gotta say that there was one team that did not follow the rules for Highlander, and I'm not going to name names, but luckily the right team won, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, luckily the right team won in the end, yes. So let's go back. First of all, we played sealed. We had 10 people for our sealed event, and we did a random pairing up. So we had a team sealed of 2 people, and our boosters that we got for our team seal were from the Wonder Woman 80 set and the Rise and Fall set. And so people got a mixture of those.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't like about it is if you're getting boosters, it should have been 2 of the same product. So what should have been Wonder Woman or 2 Rise and Fall. That's what it should have been, instead of 3 Wonder Woman and then 1.
Yeah,
or other way around.
Yeah,
it should have been more even that way.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah, and there's always things to tweak for next time. But if we do it again,
yeah, exactly.
I actually really enjoyed the teams. It was good fun. But yeah, I know. So I was partnered up with Tani, and we got 3 Wonder Woman boosters and 1 Rise and Fall booster.
Okay. Yeah.
And look, we didn't do too bad. We pulled Blackheart in our booster, so Tiny made up the team using Blackheart. And then we had Teen Lantern for a bit of probability control and carrying. I can't remember the rest of his team. Myself, I was able to build a warrior keyworded team with Wonder Woman and a couple Wonder Women, and I would say I had Ferdinand there, which was great to have some healing. I had Eric the Red as well, so he had some mind control. So that was sort of the build up of my team, and so we created a team each, and then randomly we're paired up against other players. As long as it wasn't like a team versus team, but you got paired up against other players. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Do you know what your build was, or can you remember? What's in it? Who was your partner?
My partner was Dave. He's a good player when he has the time, and to tell you the truth, I didn't leave him any good pieces to play with. So I had Felix Faust, I had the Prime Giganta, and I had a couple other. It's not Secret Six, but it's I don't know. It was a name theme team.
Oh yeah.
So I was able to play with them, and it was just all prob is what I had, which was great. So
especially having Felix on there to stop other people's probs. So
yeah,
great piece.
Yeah, it's 100% an awesome piece. So
yep. And so with our team sealed, we played 3 games, and then that we called team sealed after that. And
3 games or 4? I think it was 4.
Was 4?
It was 4. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that 4. And I know that after playing all my games, I had some really close games, but managed to actually win all of my games, which was very cool. And I know Tani also won all of his games as well, which put us in first for Team Seal. So,
yep. And congratulations on that. You are the Team Seal champions.
Yeah. So, and I had some really close battles. When we've had our first pairing up, I was paired up with Alan, who's my regular play partner in Adelaide. So I was like, oh man, it always seems to be the way. Go to nationals and you get paired up against someone who you play against quite regularly. But that was still good fun. We enjoyed the experience of playing. So finishing first at Team Sealed was actually quite enjoyable. And we got at that stage you didn't have prizing. You had created some little cups, some engraved cups, which I have proudly on my shelf at home as a trophy for that event. So yeah.
Well, it's good. It's the wife used her Cricut machine to etch out a couple of the glasses that we had. So it was a nice surprise is what I wanted to do. So
yeah, it was. I was actually really surprised. I was like, oh, cool, because I thought we'd get to end Team Seal. Cool, yeah, we won, and then that was going to be it because we didn't have any prizing at that stage. So that was really nice to sort of receive something. Go, yeah, cool, I did win Team Seal. Okay, so Team Seal happened in our morning session and on the Friday, and then for the evening we played our Silver Age event. And so what was your team for the Silver Age event, Chris?
So my Silver Age team was a play off of what I did back in 2019 for my nationals team, which was Star Fox, Collector, Astronomer. Who else was on there? Phoenix. And it was just pretty much to make Collector viable for both his attack and damage powers. So that's pretty much how I made my team.
Yeah, so and having lots of sets to choose from helps with that because there's more things that you could choose. And yeah, just making that was +1 to attack and +1 to damage.
Yeah, and Cosmic Theme Team. Nice. And yeah, it was good.
Cool. For myself, I'm an with this one. I really wanted to play WWE, if I could, I was trying to fit Oscar on teams. But in the end, I went to another favourite figure, which was Darkseid. I really enjoyed playing that 200-point Darkseid from the JLU set.
Yep.
I did add in a WWE ring, so he's a great person to sit in that WWE ring and shoot off his Omega Beam, and because it's a close attack, he can re-roll it. To go with him, I had Groot at 20 points, and I had the 25-point Magneto, the 2x2, and
Okay.
I also had the Black Panther from the Earth X set. From Earth X from the starter set, and where he's the one that makes Ani-Men, and Ani-Men have Empower, which if they sit next to Darkseid, he's hitting for 6-7 damage with his attacks, and also can mastermind to them. So it's just a team I really enjoy. I just really enjoy playing Darkseid when I get the opportunity. And so that was my team. I sort of moved to the middle and moved into the ring, and then just waited to see what happened from there. So that's how mine was. That's how mine was sort of structured. How'd you go with your silver teams, Chris?
Well, I'd like to hear I am the 2022 Silver Age champion also.
Ooh, yes, yes. So you won. You won your games. Did you win all of
Yeah.
them?
I won.
Did you go 3-1? Because I think we played 4
I went
rounds.
3-1.
Yep.
Yeah. The only game I lost, I think, was to Bobby.
Right.
I believe.
Yeah. Bobby always comes up with a tricky team.
Yeah. Well, Bobby's the only player that I lost to in the whole weekend, I believe it was.
Oh wow.
For the silver and the modern. So.
And I will get to Bobby's team, I guess, when we play modern as well, because we can certainly talk about that. But okay, so well done. If I remember correctly, I think I went 2-2 in the silver. Because I remember Bobby had, and I think Bobby and I had actually played this game before, one time online. He had an X-Men. Well, it wasn't X-Men. It was a Brotherhood team with Harry Leland and Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, if I remember correctly, and a few other pieces. But I really enjoyed playing my Darkseid team. I don't Darkseid never went down the whole time, because these 200 points of badassness, I guess. I don't know. But I think I finished 5th in that event. But it was really good fun. I actually really enjoyed the silver event and look forward to doing more silver.
It was good. It was different.
I think it allowed just to delve back a little bit deeper and try some things out that I may not have tried as much as I would have liked. I never got to play Darkseid at Nationals because we never had Nationals in the time that the Justice League Unlimited set was legal. So it was really good for myself to be able to play that, and I really enjoyed it. I also thought I was pretty tight at the top there. I know that I'm pretty sure you finished on 3-1 and had like 605 points, and Anthony finished on 3-1 and had 600 points. So it was a pretty tight finish in the end there. So, but yes, congratulations on succeeding in that event and taking out the silver event, Chris.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, it was a close first and second. That's for sure.
Yeah, I reckon there was almost part of me going, we should just go one more round and at least have used two match up and have a go. I don't know if you played Anthony or not.
I actually did the next day for the modern. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Okay, and so that was our Friday. I know I really enjoyed, firstly, just getting back together and meeting everyone again. And then we were sort of bunked in with a few of us, and we went back and talked Clix for a lot of the night, but also then we played some other just different board games to take our minds away from it, which was really good fun, just to have a laugh and just to play some games. But then, Saturday comes along, 300-point modern, and we're on and ready to go. And I guess for me, I remember walking into the shop and going, wow, there's new people here, new people I have never met before to play HeroClix, and I thought that was really, really cool. And they had booklets with their characters and their teams, and going, wow, these guys look pretty well in tune and well in sync. So I thought this should be a really good fun day.
Yeah, they did research. I don't think they did research on everything that could come out because I think they were kind of stunned by my Secret Six team.
Well, and that makes sense if you didn't know about Secret Six and
Yeah,
you hadn't seen it. It's one that can, yeah, certainly, like,
it could wreck.
yeah, it does, it wrecks house. So, but I will say, in the end, we ended up having 14 people for our modern event, Modern 300, which was great to see. I think that was a reasonable turnout for Australia, where we are, and yeah. So, I guess let's talk through what was your team in the end for your 300-point modern, Chris.
My team was the Secret Six. It was two Scarab, two Sky Tyrant, the Commissioner, Prime Giganta, and regular Giganta.
A very formidable team, and you
Yeah.
had some equipment as well.
Yeah, I had the Necro Sword from Amazing Venom versus Carnage.
Yep,
And what else did I have? I had a heavy object
and radioactive clay.
and the radioactive clay. Yeah,
Yeah. So
just for the mind control.
yeah. So I guess the way when I looked at it, I thought, so you got Necro Sword, which goes out as a heavy object that more than likely they can't move, but you can mind control through with
Yeah,
Scarab. That was the idea.
yeah, exactly. And they couldn't pick it up because it's considered a heavy object.
Yep.
And
And
most teams out there don't have super strength.
yeah.
Only a couple do. So
And you had, was it the Commissioner who equipped the clay?
yes, it was.
And then so Scarabs could copy off the Commissioner and do your mind control hijinxery, I guess. I guess that's how it probably played out a bit. I'm not sure.
Yep, exactly. That's how it exactly played out. And I was worried about playing Raph. I had previously only played this team once, and playing against Raph, I realized that I couldn't play him anymore. That I had to figure out the best lineup that I could have to make sure that I can TK out my Sky Tyrants, to make sure that I can use the mind control off of the Commissioner, and that was very big, was trying to figure that out, and then I didn't want to give any hints afterwards for that. So
And that makes sense. So Raf was playing a Thanos team for his national team as well. So I guess that's, yeah, makes sense. Almost out mind controls you with his team.
yeah,
Okay, cool. For myself, my team, I guess I dubbed my team the Hammer in an armor because I played Spider Hammer, the Thing from the Fantastic Four, set number 49, so the dad thing. I played Demon in an armor. I played the Legacy Captain America card. I had Chip, Felix Forst, and Marvella on my team. I had the Cloak of Levitation, which I was equipping Spider Hammer with, and I also had Captain Carter's Shield, which I would equip to the Thing. So mine was very much about a defensive shell.
yeah,
If people were trying to come across and attack, I was generally, if I've equipped the Thing with the shield, people were at 20 defense. Spider Hammer was at 22 up close. Having the boxing glove, not the boxing glove, the catcher's mitt with Chip, put them at 22 from range. So it made it really hard to hit. But my team could also come across the map using the Green Lantern team ability and still make 2 attacks, because Hammer had his free attack, and Captain America also could just make a close attack. So it gave me opportunities to come across an attack, but also to be pretty defensive, and I guess that's what I was working on.
Yeah. I gotta say, it was scary sitting across from you and seeing your full team just come across the map and then just sit in front of me. It was scary.
And we'll talk about that one, I reckon, sort of as we go through, because I felt really relaxed playing my team. I actually felt really relaxed playing all weekend. I really enjoyed just playing. I think probably previous years I've been probably many years now, but many years ago now. But was a bit nervous playing, but I just felt really nice and relaxed. I felt comfortable with the team I was playing. Was it the best one there? Wasn't the best one there, but it was the best I could come up with at that time. So it felt really relaxing to play it. Okay, so how did you go in your Swiss? So we played 4 rounds of Swiss before we cut to a top 8. How do you know how you went?
Yeah, I played against Xavier in my first round. The kid had a booklet and a binder, and he was real fun to play with. Because he was so young, I was trying to teach him also while playing.
Yep, and I think that's a really important thing. As even at nationals, we should still be trying to help out if we can.
Yeah, and he was playing a team of Wolverines, so it was a good team. But with my team being range or close combat, I kind of have to pick and choose. Where Wolverine, you got to be right up in your face to do what you got to do.
Yes,
And that's kind of where he came out on the lower end, but he still played it excellent. So
okay, so you played Xavier,
yeah,
so in the first one. I'm guessing that was a win for you.
that was a win for me. Crap, I can't remember who I played next. Let me see if I can find it.
It's okay. Why you have a look?
Yeah. What was your first game?
So yeah, my first game I played Dave. Dave being one of the Melbourne locals. He was just rocking a Wonder Woman team.
Okay.
And so I can't. Was just a couple of different Wonder Woman. Had a Harley Quinn on there. It was a nice team. It wasn't what I'd probably call min max team.
Yeah.
It was a nice team. He did have the title character Wonder Woman on his team.
Okay.
And so I was a bit wary of that, watching him sort of build up some of his points, because then she can go pretty crazy. Because he had Amazons. And being the first game, sort of a bit slower, making sure working out the strategy. My team was unthemed, so for most of the time I lost map roll, and so I was trying to work on other people's maps. But my team was sort of built for that, that it could move around pretty effectively. In the end, I managed to take a win against Dave and got 140 points. So I was one win, 140 points. So that's how my first round went. Did you work out who your second round was against?
Just looking. No, I can't find it here.
That's okay. I know in my second round I played against Bobby, and Bobby was playing an X-Men swap team with all the regulars: Jubilee, Bishop. He had Kate Pride on there. Had some maggots as well. And it was the first time I'd actually had a chance to play against an X-Men team, so I was really unsure of what to do when I was playing, because I actually hadn't played against one before. I guess I'd had thoughts about it, like, I've obviously seen and watched people play it, and sort of knew that Jubilee can come up and get rid of barrier if she needs to, and that she can shoot. I guess one of the main weaknesses of my team was that if someone could outwit the thing's defend, then my team sort of fell apart because it lost its high defense. But I was able to block that for a fair bit of the time, because he only had Bishop with outwit. But he sort of moved across a bit, and we both equipped. In the end, he came across with Bishop and Kate Pride, and Jubilee, and Jubilee had some shots. And as the usual thing that has happened with my team, Felix Force seems to just sort of die really quickly. It was just one of those things. Wanted to have him as that person to stop the probs and perplexes and things like that, but he always seemed to be a target really early on, which makes sense. You want to get rid of him. And we had a sort of big close back and forth tussle, but he managed to beat me in that one. It was 95 to 85, and so pretty tight. I reckon if I had another minute or so, if there was a little bit more time on the clock, I probably would have been able to take out Kate Pride, and so we had a pretty tight match. So yeah, so that was mine. So after 2 rounds, I was 1-1.
Okay. Um. Yeah.
You can't, no, that's fine.
I think. Okay. I think Anthony was my would be my second match.
Yep.
Yeah. So Anthony was. Can't remember what he was playing. Dooms.
Yeah, he played.
And
Yeah, he had a Latveria team
yeah.
with the um, yeah, had the Doom swaps, and he was playing 2 Dooms on his team. Anthony and I
Yeah.
played
And then two of the kids.
he played 2 Valerias, so the uncommon Valeria and the Chase Valeria, and also the Chase Franklin von Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. It was Anthony that I
Yeah.
played that game with. So yeah.
Anthony and I had actually we'd been playing. He'd been playing that team, and I've been playing my team for a few weeks. Just on a Sunday morning, we'd get up and have a practice against each other, and we sort of tweaked. I talked about tweaking his team. I don't know if he won map roll in that game against him.
He won map roll.
Yeah, so they would have created the villages and been able to take things. The Latvian peasants.
Yeah.
Yep, and
He was a little bit of a pain for me because that's what he was. He was trying to play hide and seek a little bit.
yep.
But since those guys can't move, I think it's 4 spaces.
Yeah, they can move 6. I think it was
6. Yeah,
Yeah,
they can't get that far.
yeah.
So
They would have just become Sky Tyrant fodder, I guess.
they did, and then I got my radioactive clay back, which was good. So
Yep.
yeah,
I actually really liked his team. Again, I think one of the things playing in Australia is that we don't have the super huge selection of figures. Like, I couldn't get some figures to play, so I had to build with what I had. But it also then creates that creativeness of what we do build, and you just come across things that weren't expecting. So I know. I know talking to Anthony, like some people hit Franklin and all of a sudden put him on that Clix 4 where he becomes a 20 defense, 5 damage, 12 attack, or whatever it is when he turns into Galactus. And
yeah,
if you don't know the characters, these things can happen. So
exactly.
I think that's a really good thing about having a diverse lot of teams to play that you play at nationals, rather than it being all like Thanoses or things like that.
Yeah,
So you got Anthony. I'm taking it.
yeah. Anthony was my second one.
Okay, so that would make sense then, because then it probably paired you and Bobby up together, because Bobby was finished. Maybe no.
Okay, well, it was either that or Mark. I can't remember which one. So,
Okay, yep. So it might have been Mark because I played Mark last.
oh, yeah. Well, I played Bobby last.
Okay, cool. Okay, so
So
your third gamer was against Mark.
I believe it was, yes.
Yep, and so
No, sorry. You know what? It was probably Mark first,
Yep.
then Anthony, and then Bobby.
Okay.
That's. I think that was. I can't remember. It was weeks ago there, bud.
That's okay. I've got my sheet in front of me here, so I know the order of mine. Okay, so Mark was playing. Oh, now I can't remember what he was playing, but I know it was Avengers. I think it may have been.
What was Mark playing? No, he was playing Wolverine too.
Oh, yep.
What did he have with him? I can't even remember now.
Yeah. But again, it wasn't a fully min-max team, as you'd probably think for a national team. But it was a really fun team, if I remember correctly. And so, okay, so you would have played against Mark, beat Mark, then you beat Anthony. So you would have 3-0, and then you had to play Bobby in round 4.
Yeah, and Bobby is where he decimated me within 3 minutes. It was second turn, he got me. So,
and so because he was playing X-Men swap, so what was the thing that decimated you with that? Because like, yeah, our game was a lot slower pace, maybe, I don't know, but so how did it work then?
you know what? He won map, and then he just came across the board and he just started wrecking stuff. That's pretty much what it was. It was the maggots,
Yep.
and that's what killed me the fastest was the maggots.
Putting out the eenies and meanies and poisoning and attacking
Yeah,
and yep. Okay.
and then him not knowing the rules for resurrecting, and then if
the,
they come back with the token or they don't come back with the token, and if they come back they can't bring. It was a mess because I've never played X-Men Swap before, so I didn't know what the deal was, and it was boggling my mind because it was just too much going on.
they do have a lot going on. So it's also had the Krakoan revival going with Kitty Pryde, bringing people back, bringing maggots back,
Yeah,
and things like that. Yep, which is tricky. Um, I know that I can't remember. I think he brought a maggot back when I was playing him, but then I just got to create a skinless assassin who was like flurry blades, exploit something crazy like that, which is really nice to have on your team. All of a sudden, an autonomous flurry blades figure. So yeah, so his X-Men team wrecked your Secret Six.
yeah, and I mean, like, it wasn't even funny. It was 3 minutes and it was done. So, uh, I gotta say, when I played Mark in Swiss,
Yep.
I came across the board with the no, I was mind controlling through stuff, and he actually said, I can't do anything. So he actually said, I'm gonna shake your hand. Maybe we'll meet in the finals. I don't know, but I can't. He said he couldn't be in the mindset of being decimated
Yep.
because his team was also a close combat team.
Yes.
So I mean, if you're like that and you know that there's no chance, you just shake the player's hand and walk away.
Yep.
And that's what he said. Just for his peace of mind, that's what he had to do.
Yep. Okay. So he
Oh.
conceded. Yep. And that's fair. Sometimes that occurs.
Yep.
Um, okay.
I mean, I played it through with Bobby because I had to,
Yes.
but I think at one point I'm like, yeah, I can't do anything, dude. So it was pretty much the same thing.
Yep. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's good to play it through, especially for the person that's having that success as well. It's
Yeah.
one of those things. Okay, so you finished the Swiss 3-1,
Yeah.
and what finished fourth out of that? Maybe I can't remember. For myself, after I played Bobby and lost, I was 1-1. I played Dylan, who was one of the new people, hadn't met before. He was playing an Avengers theme team. It had the Black Widow, who gives everyone stealth. It had the Spider-Man, who gives everyone soup sensors. It had Party Thor on there. There was a Scarlet Witch on there as well. And I can't remember the other piece. He had 5 pieces, but he was a Avengers theme. I actually managed to win map on that one. That was the map one and only time one map, and we went to the Wonder Woman barn. It was a nice open for me. I equipped. He moved up into stealth, and then my team sort of just came across, did some outwitting with Demon in armor and Felix Forced, and yeah, just managed to cut his team down. Sort of, it's when everything sort of works out how you like. You move across, and having the Thing, who's got Empower, and also I think it's Buzz has Empower. It just gave like Spider-Ham 5 damage, gave Captain America a 6 damage. So they were hitting pretty hard, and we were able to take things out relatively quickly. But I really enjoyed playing against Dylan. It was good to sort of play against someone new and different, and hopefully I was able to help them out and help them learn a few things as well.
Yeah.
And
I think it was pretty good. Yep.
I guess I always remember my first nationals where I went there and I thought, cool, I really like this team, this is really fun, and got absolutely obliterated, not understanding what it was, that it wasn't just going to the shop and having some fun at the shop or playing with my sister at home on the kitchen table. This was actually people who took this, tried to build the best things they could. So, you know, I always think that's the probably first time I go to nationals. That's my first learning curve, and then after that, I came back with a stronger and better team. So I'm sure these guys will do the same thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep. My fourth game was against Mark in the Swiss, and so and pretty much the same sort of thing. I did my equipping. He moved up I was able to move across and start that attacking with my team. When turn 2, you can sort of have 4 actions and still then have 2 free attack actions doing up to 11 damage, sort of cause some carnage. And the next turn you're sort of going again and having 2 free actions and then 4 other actions on top of that. It was just a lot of damage output, which is what I sort of built a team for, and it sort of worked again. So but I really enjoyed sitting there having a chat with Mark as well about how he's got a group together through work, and he's taught people at his work to play. And so he said he's sort of building towards a really large group of players. So that was really exciting to hear. Someone who's enjoying the game and sharing that game with others. I actually really enjoyed that. So yeah, I finished 3-1 with 815 points. I finished in third after Swiss, and so made the cut for the top 8, and then moved on to the top 8. Who was your first competitor in top 8? Can you remember, Chris?
It would be Mark.
It would be Mark. Oh, so you did get to play Mark again. Cool.
I did get to play Mark, and we had a talk, and because he knew that he had to play the match through.
Yep.
So that's what we did. Actually, I got the. Let's see, where does this go? He got actually a Sky Tyrant off of me.
Nice.
I might have forgotten a couple things, which was it was what it was.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I actually found what rounds were happening, which is awesome. Yeah. So it was Mark, and I got 195 to his 55.
Okay. So it was still a decent fight. It wasn't just a quite clean sweep.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Okay. So my round top 8 matchup was against Gabe. And so Gabe was rocking a double Blackheart team, if I remember correctly, with lots of guards and that sort of X-Men team. I don't know what actually happened, but I managed to get sort of locked up in a corner, but everything was still set up really nicely for me, and the thing was in the middle, and he couldn't outwit the thing with his Blackhearts, and I was sort of able just to quietly move around the board and take out his Hellfire Club guards. I even took a Blackheart out as well. I finished with 170 points in the end with that one there in that top 8 match against Gabe.
170 to 15. What was 15 points that you had?
That would have been Marvella.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, Marvella was that throwaway piece. Need to throw her in there, and if you need to take, but she's also was great for just barrier and being able to copy the Green Lantern team building and then carry a whole heap of people as well. Sidestep and carry was just she's a super valuable piece, I think, in modern at the moment still. And so then that put us into the top 4, and then we get to top 4, and you and I got paired up.
Now that's where I gotta say that I was lucky with the pairings,
because
if I would have played Bobby, I would have been gone. I know that because I had no recourse for playing X-Men. Like I couldn't think of it. So
yep.
I was lucky to be paired up with you for that.
Yeah, okay, thanks. No, that's fine. Bobby was paired up against Tani. Tani was sporting a collector team, wasn't he? And he had like the
collector team and just Pogs.
Yeah,
Pogs and Pogs and Pogs.
I saw he had an Alia Gregor on there, and had like the Wrecker, and was able to bring out a whole lot of Pogs. I reckon he had Red Ghost as well.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
So he brought out monkeys, and it was just shit flying everywhere, literally.
And so he played against Bobby, and you and I got to play against each other, which was great. I hadn't actually, I think we'd played probably once before.
Yes.
And so, and I think everything went like I was pretty happy with how things went. I knew I'd played against what's this, Scarab before, and so I had ideas about what to do for Scarab. One was just to cross the map and just kill him. Uh, and that was certainly on my agenda, but also about not equipping, but just picking up the objects. I was fortunate enough to have someone with super strength who could go and pick up the Necro sword, so it made it harder for you to try to mind control me from a distance.
Exactly.
I picked up my cloak and I picked up my shield, but just held on to them, so there was no objects around for you to mind control me. And I reckon it's sort of like, first turn you equipped, I picked everything up. Second turn you're like, there's no sort of equipment around, so you rested, I think. And I reckon I just went after that.
I believe I did try mind control because I believe I had range on someone, but it was
someone like the Buzz who had picked up the object, and
it wasn't. I couldn't do anything with them because I believe it was also first round immunity.
Yeah.
Believe. Yeah.
Well, no, they were out. You could do stuff, but you could only mind control them, and they couldn't move far, and they couldn't attack anyone. So it wasn't anything that you could really do. And so, and I guess for myself, I equipped with the thing, which was probably the riskiest. It was pretty risky knowing about Scarab being able to come through, but I was able to equip, and then I was able to move across the board. Only thing I was not effectively able to do, I used Marvella's sidestep. I had to use it, but if I was able to use it a bit later, I would be able to put Felix forced into a square, which was, I needed him one square further forward to stop things like probs and outwits from you, or to at least give me a chance, but I couldn't quite get him there. But I certainly went across the map, and I don't know if you were prepared for that. Well,
no, I wasn't. I was scared shitless when you came across.
Yeah, so I managed to come. So turn two managed to come across the map, plonk myself down, and I think I took a Scarab and a Sky Tyrant before the end of that turn, and then I said, "Your shot." And it felt really good. That was what the team was built for. I've sat back and thought about it and thought maybe I should have stayed back and waited a little bit longer, but that's why I really wanted to get in there. So once that happened, it was all in your court. And what did you do?
I believe I placed my robot just in front of the commissioner so I can get away from you hitting him.
Yep.
Which was lucky.
Where you placed him, because that would have been the position I wanted to get to take out all those people, but I couldn't get in that position, so I was only to take out one of your Scarabs and one of your Sky Tyrants. I really want to take both Scarabs on that first turn, but just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and I mean, I believe I used up all my theme team probs just to make sure that nothing really went down. So
yep. And for me, it was actually just the amount of outwit that you had on your team. Even after taking out a couple, you still had like 4 outwits or 5 outwits on your team, and that was just too much for me.
It would be 6 outwits altogether because only one Gigantic doesn't have outwit.
Yep. And so it was just too many outwits. You managed to outwit my defend, and from there it was Gigantus coming in and attacking, and there wasn't much more I could do. But it was really good to sort of see how that worked. I think that was the first time I played against Secret Six as well. So, and if only I was able to move my Felix Force 1 square further, it would have just at least given me some more chances to make him not be able to use your outwit. Which would have benefited me. But I really enjoyed our game. It was good fun. I did enjoy that you were a bit nervous after I moved across, and you're like, "Oh no, what's going on?"
Well, when you put Thing in the middle of 9 people, it kind of makes me think, "Uh-oh."
And as I say, I really liked the team. It was felt solid to play. So, but Secret Six was certainly was a bit too much for it, and you took that win against me. Yep. So. On to the final you went.
On to the final I went. I don't know what happened in Bobby and Tahani's game, so I'm not. I don't even know. I don't even know how Tahani came out of it winning. So but that's something.
You were glad that Bobby didn't win.
I am glad. Yeah. And then that takes us into the final round of me versus Tahani, and that I don't know what happened, but Me, what I did was I brought the radioactive clay back, equipped it, said, "All right, I can't do anything else. Go ahead." And then Tahani thinking, "I'll move everything up to the forward line and start attacking." And then it's first round immunity. I think that helped me so much.
So he moved in, and but didn't think about first turn immunity.
Exactly. I don't know what happened. She just thought that something went weird, but that's I think saved me quite a bit of trouble.
So he's in your face. He couldn't actually do anything to you, but then you could just start attacking him.
Yeah, pretty much. That was what happened right after, and then it was the Secret Six using their wit to stop the stop clicks
Yep.
because you can outwit that since they can outwit anything.
Yep. When you had like 6 on the field. Yeah, 6 or
Yep.
more. Yep.
And then just picking off all the pogs that were out there was time consuming. But yeah, it took a while. That game, I think we could have went on for another 20 minutes afterwards.
Right. So you didn't sweep him. You just cleared off enough to take the victory.
Yeah, she had Collector and Gregor left,
Okay. So took out
and
most of the stuff.
yeah, then she just said, "Yeah, shake the hand, and that's it. I can't do anything. There's no way that you can take damage." So I said, "Yep, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much.
And you became the 20.
I am champion of Australia. Bow
Yeah.
down to your new king."
Yes, great. Won't be doing that anytime soon, but I will say congratulations. It was great to see. I have no problems with it. Secret Six was certainly the best team. I know talking to people around, Terry's like, I told you to be the team that would win a couple of months ago. And I was like, yeah, I know, but it wasn't a team I actually wanted to play. But you enjoyed playing it?
I did. It was very straightforward. Once you got your mind around it, then it clicks in. You can pilot it like it's just on autopilot, pretty much.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So yeah.
Yeah. And I do got to say thank you to Terry for suggesting it. I know I was flirting with some other teams, but I think all the stars aligned for me to take the Nationals.
Yeah,
So
and that's sometimes how it goes. Like again, as you said, if you ran into Bobby in that top 8 or top 4, it probably was going to be a different story for you.
yeah, exactly.
So no, well, again, congratulations, and I look forward to 2023 and hopefully having a chance to take that championship off of you myself. But again, I'm happy. I'm happy.
I'll start figuring out the X-Men swap. That's what I'll start doing.
Well, yeah,
There's too much out there.
I think and I think it's even just seeing they head towards Worlds, seeing a lot of people just having just swaps in general,
Yeah.
celebrities and X-Men's, and having a few but not actually having a full X-Men team, and so I'm really interested to see what teams people are playing at the Worlds coming up this weekend, and to see how that all goes. But not that that's a great consideration. I've sort of come back home after playing in Nationals and gone, okay, I don't have to really think really heavily about playing Nationals kind of teams for another year, because we don't sort of play that level at our shop.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's back to playing more casual, more fun teams. So I've pulled out again all my mission point characters and started to build around them, because I'm still keen for mission points, and
one day you'll make it work.
Yeah, well, while it wasn't quite viable this year for Nationals, I did have like a Wrecker Yawatu team, and I had tried a Miss Minutes team, and I thought, yeah, this Miss Minutes team was great. When I played at the shop, it was excellent, and then I played against Anthony, and he just like killed Miss Minutes in the second turn. I was like, okay, that's not quite what I wanted, but hey, I'm going to keep working at it.
Yep.
Working out what that could be, and working, So it's good fun. I enjoy the team building part. That was probably my one thing I really enjoy about HeroClix is just building different teams and trying different things. So yeah, congratulations again, and I look forward to 2023 nationals. Do you think you guys will host again in Melbourne, or would you like to try somewhere else?
For me personally, I'd like to have it in Melbourne again, but who knows with how everything's going. I mean, WizKids screwed up saying, yeah, you guys can have the nationals. Uh, well, at first they only wanted us to play in mid-July, and I mean that was after I think it was what 3 weeks of hemming and hawing about when we can do it.
Yep.
Um, so that would not work out. They need to give more time for us to figure that stuff out, I think.
Yep. Okay, so, like, because I enjoyed coming to Melbourne, and I enjoyed coming to the shop. But as I said, I'm always keen to have it here at my shop in South Australia
Yep.
because it's a, I think our venue is a very nice venue as well, and so yeah, maybe it's something we need to as we get into next year, start talking to WizKids a bit earlier, saying okay, what nationals. It was. I know people were disappointed that there wasn't things that they could buy like Connor Lee's, and I don't
Yeah.
know if we were getting them in the first place or if they're still to come or something like that.
I believe they are still to come. From last I heard, they're right now we got extra swords in store, so
Oh,
that'll
have you?
be shipping out here right away. Um, Otherwise, they should have some other stuff coming in, I believe.
Yeah, and not so I don't know if there was anything for silver, like so you won silver and you got to take home one of the cups that your wife engraved. uh, and I don't know if there was other prizes for that. It was good that they did have some prizing for the 300-point modern, and I've enjoyed I've enjoyed having looked through that. I was pretty fortunate to take home like a Phoenix Sentinel and a Fulcrum and the Fantastic Fours. I've actually really enjoyed looking through those. The Fantastic Thor set, they're actually really good, cool pieces.
Yeah, that set looks really good.
Yeah.
The one problem I had is there was no card with my Fulcrum,
Ah.
and I am missing a figure. Like since I got the full Disney Plus set,
So yeah.
I
So
was actually missing a.
so
Hey,
you're winning. You're coming first. You got a factory set of the Disney Plus, didn't you?
yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yep, and what they did is instead of putting it in like a plastic case that they do like the second place had everything in a clamshell.
Yep.
For first place they had it all in a box, so I believe my Scarlet Witch chase was broken.
Oh no.
uh Same with my one of the party Thor, and also the Watcher, they were broken.
Okay.
um and then there was supposed to be a Doctor Strange number 99
Yep. So that would be the play at home
play
kit
at
then.
home kit. Yeah, that was missing.
Okay.
I got the card, but not the fig.
Not the
So
figure. Okay. Have you been in
yeah.
contact with WizKids, or are you just not going to bother?
No, I talked to the store. The store said that they would talk to WizKids, and I believe that's coming with my package once I get my extra swords. So
Okay, cool.
everything should be coming. But I don't. I think they have to figure out a better way to package stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, it's the way it goes, I guess. WizKids is gonna WizKids.
Yeah, they will. They will. But I think it was a successful event. Like the Sunday, I think having the throwing point on the Saturday, and then Sunday, we didn't have any modern boosters. We only had what was it? Superior Foes of Spider-Man boosters, and they had
Yeah, it
some
was.
Civil War boosters, and so people weren't interested in playing the battle royales for that.
Yeah.
But I know for myself and Alan, we had the day there before we had to go catch a plane to go home, and so I was really thankful for yourself, Chris, and Heng coming in to play a battle royale with us.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was good
It
fun.
was fun. It was a nice way to wind down.
Yeah, I think I've come to the conclusion I'm not a big fan of battle royales myself, but it was good fun to play. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, it would have been better if we had the newer set.
Yeah,
That's for sure. So
and I think that's part of it. Like, it was nice to be able to play and then sort of pay to play, but and then we all got a Punisher, the Ant-Man Punisher. I don't know what they call it. Um, we all got one of those, which was just great to be able to have one of those as well. And so for me, I'm going, that's the second one, so I'll be able to give that away to one of my kids at the shop, when use it as prizing at my shop when I play with them. So it was just good to have stuff like that. And yeah, it would be nice, and I guess that's probably what we need to work out in the future as we move forward, is to make sure we got enough product, and some of that newer stuff. I know everyone was sort of hoping, oh cool, it might be Disney Plus, it might be Extra Swords, but you know, that's what our sealed was Wonder Woman. I wasn't unhappy with Wonder Woman. There was some great pieces in Wonder Woman, but you know, it would have been nice to be Disney Plus or something like that.
yeah,
We can only
I understand that.
Yeah, we can only do what we can do. And I hear you saying about Extra Swords. Like, so I'm still waiting on Extra Swords at my shop. My shop said they ordered it, but I haven't heard anything about it yet. I'm sure I thought it was here in Australia, but I'll probably need to go and get in touch with them.
Mine's been shipped from the store, so I should be getting it this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a part of me that's sort of going, it seems to be getting harder to get HeroClix here at our shop. There's almost a part I might have to go and start getting mine from overseas, which I don't really want to do.
Oh, just go with Cartastic, because they probably got a lot of stock coming in, since they probably ordered extra.
Okay, well, I might
for nationals, and it's finally coming in.
I might do that. I might have to jump onto their website and see if I can order from there if they've got some.
Yeah.
I know that I did. So we had Father's Day just recently, and I got the usual sort of chocolates and things for Father's Day. But I sat back that night and I was flicking through, and I saw that it was a shop, Aussie Collectibles, and I was looking through that, and they were selling War of Light bricks for $70. So,
oh really?
Yeah. And so while I have lots of War of Light stuff, it's just one of those sets that is just excellent. So I brought a case of Wave 1 and a case of Wave 2. So I've got them on the way, still coming. But because I'm waiting for Extra Swords, and I didn't buy any purchasables at National, so I had money left over to burn. So yeah, I guess at some stage I'll be looking at playing some seals with some friends at home. War of Light.
Yep. That's awesome.
Which would be great fun, because that was just a really good set, and I know I've started my HeroClix back up at school and got some really excited kids playing, and I know that the War of Light is just one of those sets that kids just fawn over, because it's got the rings and it's got the shiny pieces and things like that. They really like it. So I don't know, I might see if I get some more. I don't know, I just like War of Light. It's a good set. So overall, I think the experience, Chris, for Nationals was really good fun. Obviously weather you can't do much about, but we had pretty good days, and yeah, thank you very much for hosting it.
Yeah, well, thank you for showing up. It was good to see everyone. I kind of wish I had more time to actually talk to people, but it always seemed like running around trying to get events done.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked, but it was good.
Yeah, and look, I think there's a difference between if you live there and if you are coming, like, so I went back, and so Raph and myself and Anthony and Alan were all staying at one place, so we got to get back together and talk about HeroClix and enjoyed that experience. It's sort of sometimes because the venue was sort of in the burbs, it was hard to sort of find a place to go, like, oh, we should all go here to eat, or we should all go here to eat. So that probably, we probably could have managed it, but I think everyone was pretty tired after that Saturday and just wanted to go home and rest.
Yeah.
But something we can continue to work on as we move forward from here. And hopefully we have some more people join. If Mark... so I go... Well, I'd love to have it at my shop. I'm going, and when I say that, I go because I can go. Cool. There's these people, like people here who in South Australia that play that wouldn't travel to Melbourne to play because of cost, but they'd come to the shop if they were here. But I think that's a similar sort of thing. Like, some of the people like in Melbourne might not come to Adelaide to play because it's a cost thing. But if it's in Melbourne, it's probably easier for those people to get there. And I think if Mark's building his group, Melbourne might still be the place to have it.
Yeah, exactly. And well, I think with Mark, he would be willing to go wherever, and I think a lot of his players would actually probably go with him too. So
okay, cool. Well,
he is mobile. Yeah,
I because I think Antonius did a great job of running the events and things like that, and I don't want to take anything away from that. But as I say, I'd be keen if it was to come here to South Australia. I'd be happy with that as well. So yeah, something we can work on, and because it feels like we need to organise our own nationals that's not actually organised for us. I think that's just the way we need to continue to be and keep that talk up. But overall, a great experience. I enjoyed coming across, enjoyed playing, and it was great to see everyone again.
Yeah, it was good.
Cool. Okay.
Except for that one thing that happened on this Saturday night that I don't want to get into because it's still touchy.
It's still raw. I guess to allow for our maximum amount of players, we sort of didn't have an official judge. And because because otherwise we would have that was a loss of a player. But maybe it's something we probably do need to have a look at. And we talked about.
I think so. Yeah.
And just to make sure for next time, because you have an incident, and look, incidents happen, things occur, and things may not get ruled exactly how everyone likes, but sometimes you've just got to have it. Do it.
Well, that's the thing is it's a he said situation. Like you can't, and then it comes out after that something wasn't right, and then it's like, well, what are you supposed to do? There's no
at that moment, at that time, that was the decision that was made, and we got to go from there. And people make their choices about how they respond to that. Like, I think that's all that needs to be said. There's always going to be some. I wouldn't say trouble, but there's always going to be something that's not quite right. I'm thinking about as I head into Worlds and they're talking about tarot cards and if the cards are marked and things like that, they're not going to disqualify anyone, but they'll just say you can't use a tarot decks. Which makes sense, but people do try things, but it's sometimes mistakes are made and you just got to take it and move forward. But overall,
exactly.
But overall, I think it was a really good event.
It was good.
Always nice.
Everything ran smoothly except for the WizKids event system for the modern, and then that little incident with the rules. So everything else went smooth.
And and getting the prizing on that Friday afternoon was good to go.
Oh yeah,
it felt good that we finally had some prizing there. And so it's just, I think it's just like logistics stuff, making sure that we've got everything that's needed. Like, I'm happy if we never do battle royales at nationals. I'm quite happy with that, but if we are going to do it, let's make sure we've got some of that more modern stuff to play. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out whether I like them or not.
Say that again?
I'm still trying to figure out whether I like battle royales or not.
It's better if you have the newer product and you're actually playing for good prizes.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't in Cartastic's fault for not having that product in. That was 100%. What company is that? That's not Icon or whatever.
Let's Play Games.
Yeah, that was 100% on them not dropping the ball without them talking about what's happening. So
we just got to remember to keep the talk up. Cool. Okay, so that was our nationals for 2022. It was good fun, great to meet, and I think that's probably all I need to say. I've probably said that too many times.
I still like hearing that I'm the winner of the silver and modern age.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, Clix and the Barbie did pretty well.
Yep.
I've
3 out of the 4.
Yep. Three out of us 4 made it to top 4. And
Okay,
probably,
sorry. 2 out of the 4 with Bobby as a special guest whenever he does decide to show up.
That's true. Bobby's our special guest when he gets here. But yeah, so both you and I, and look, as I say, I really enjoyed our game, and that, yeah, I guess we can continue to go forward and make things bigger and better as we move forward for next year.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah. It's only things you learn, right? So
exactly, and we learn every year we play. Cool. Well, we might as well. I think that's probably what we need to talk about for tonight.
yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. Excellent. So we might just finish up. So you are welcome to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We do have things there. Not that they're very active, but you're welcome to follow us on there. And so, have you got a quote, Chris? Or you just want to just...
I have nothing.
I thought you just might want to go. And from your 2022 Australian National Hero Clix champion, there is this quote. No, there's no quote. Okay, no quote from you. That's fine. Other than
pitter patter, let's get at her.
Well, hail to the king, baby. Okay, so as we bring another episode to a close and turn off the Barbie, we'd like to thank you for tuning into the show. Have a great week, and remember that even a poor plan is better than no plan at all. Thanks for listening.
Thanks. Keep your sticks on the ice.
Sure, I could have stayed in the past. Could have even been king. But in my own way, I am king. Hail to the king, baby.